Все. Следующий спутник. Так, нет, 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 нет. Паладин Дэнс.
So, it appears the Commonwealth is about to enter a new era of
О, у
peace
тебя новая
thanks to you.
броня.
Joining the Brotherhood of Steel was the right thing to do for the Commonwealth.
It doesn't matter. What you've done will be felt for years to come. It's destined to become a part of history. A tale of a lone soldier who made this land a better place. A place where people no longer have to live in fear, but instead live in peace. And whether you did this for your own sake or for the sake of the Brotherhood, the end result is the same. The Commonwealth is safe, because you chose to take a leap of faith and make a difference.
It would have been impossible without your help.
And I wouldn't even be alive without yours. I'd say that makes it. Anyway, I've said what I needed to say, so I won't keep you any. I suppose it's time you ventured out into this new world. And if you'll still have me by your side, I'd be honored to. Ad Victoriam, Sentinel.
Paladin Dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
Так. Все в восторге, да, я понял.
If you have a moment, there's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Thank you. This isn't a formal meeting. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well to our beliefs, I don't think I needed to push.
Uh-huh. That's very kind.
Well, you deserve it. When I was in... He was a model soldier, embodying the values every trainee was striving to achieve. Fiercely, from the moment I was assigned to his squad, I was singled out. It felt like he was pushing me harder than the rest of the team. I fought by his side for years, and we had some seriously close calls. But he never...
It sounds like he was trying to motivate you.
If he was, I never got a chance to ask. After I was promoted to Paladin, and I'd moved on to my own squad, I received word that Krieg was killed. The news was like being kicked in the stomach. I mean, I'd lost some of my brothers and sisters before, but his death, it's taken me a long time to realize it. But the reason Krieg was so tough on, it's because I believe in you. And I don't want to see any of your potential go to waste.
I'm flattered that you have so much faith in me.
You've earned that faith by your own hand. Well, I've said what I had to say, and I hope that it meant. I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course. Some of that information.
Хорошо. Еще 250.
Would it be possible to speak off?
Absolutely.
Thank you. This is difficult for me to say, so... When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some serious... Despite all that, this has turned out to be a rewarding experience. At this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions
that you intend to keep those ideals close to your heart.
I'm flattered to hear this.
There is. I'm just not very good at these. Let me start at the beginning.
I grew up alone in the capital wasteland. Spent most of my childhood picking through the ruins, and when I was a bit older and had a few caps to my name, I moved into Rivet City and opened a junk stand.
While I was there, I met a guy named Cutler. We got along pretty well. Watched him.
When the Brotherhood came through on a recruiting run, we felt like it was a way out of our nowhere lives.
I'm glad you had greater ambitions than just selling junk.
Once I saw what the Brotherhood had to offer, there was no comparison. Anyway, about a year after we were posted to the Pridwin, Cutler vanished on a scouting op. It took some convincing, but I was able to persuade my CO to let me assemble. It took almost 3 weeks, but we tracked his team down to a super mutant hive. Those wretched abominations had slaughtered everyone but Cutler. The mutant bastards used their FEV to change him into one. He wasn't Cutler anymore. I had to... It was my duty to...
You did the right thing.
It's what I was taught. I don't know if it was right. Ever since Cutler died, I've seen other soldiers come and go. Some were brave, some were honest. Hell, some were even downright heroic. But I'd never consider any of them to be a good friend. A friend like Cutler. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond with someone, then losing them. I don't want to go through that again.
It would never be that way with me. I care about you too.
I didn't know you felt that strongly. I'm sorry if I seem...
I just thought you deserved to know how If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely...
Whatever the case may be, I appreciate them.
Так, давайте еще.
I know this may sound like a strange question, but tell me, what do you think about scribing?
She seems a bit rough around the edges, but nothing.
That's good to know. But I wasn't looking for an evaluation of her performance as a scribe. I wanted to know what you thought of Halen.
This isn't like you, Dance. Are you gonna tell me what this...
I suppose I'm beating around the bush because I don't normally find these discussions easy to handle. I'll try and get... The truth is, since you and I are getting along so well, I felt like I could confide in you about it, to get your honest opinion.
I appreciate that you value my opinion so highly.
Let me explain everything. A few months before you found us, one of my men was shot multiple times by Rick. Halen stayed by that knight's side for 2 days straight, without sleep, fighting to keep... I decided that his suffering needed to end, and ordered Halen to administer an overdose of painkillers, so he could die with... Even though I'm certain she wanted to continue fighting for that knight's life.
She did the right thing.
Of course she did. But the decision whether or not to ease that soldier's suffering isn't the point here. The point is what happened later that same evening. Halen approached me while I was on watch. She didn't say a word, but I could tell something was wrong. After what felt like an eternity, she collapsed into my arms, crying. I didn't know what to do, so I just... A few minutes later, she stopped, kissed me on the cheek, and simply said, "Thank you." Right then it hit me. Maybe I pushed her too hard. I ordered her to ignore her instincts, to do something or... That's why I'm worried about her. And for that matter, everyone under my command.
Uh-huh. Come on, Dance. What is it you're really worried?
I don't know. Look, 4 soldiers. Over half of my team are gone. Each one of them died because of decisions that I made. I understand the risks that come with the job. We all do. But how can anyone have confidence in me anymore? Hell, how can I have confidence in myself?
Четвертый.
There's no guarantees in life, Dance. We just do the best we can, and we press on.
That's sound advice, soldier. Well, it looks like things have taken... I signed up to be your sponsor, so I teach you everything that I know. But it looks like I'm the one that needed the lesson today. All joking aside, I'm pleased that we had this discussion. And with all the problems you're facing, you still took the time. It's comforting to know that I can speak to you as more than just your commanding officer.
I'm here anytime you need me, Dance.
Good. I may take you up on it. Anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my shoulders. I think it's been weighing. I'm only sorry you had to see me at my worst, instead of at my best.
Блин, тебе еще надо, что ли?
If you have a moment, I have something personal I'd like to discuss.
Are you okay, Dance?
I'm sorry. I really thought this would be easier to talk about. There's so much.
Take it easy, Dance. Whatever it is, I'll help you work.
I don't know if anything will help me work through it. I've spent my entire life, or at least what I perceive, but since my banishment, I feel lost. Almost like I exist without
понятно.
purpose. For the first time since that moment I signed up with the Brotherhood. I don't... It scares the hell out of me.
What you've gone through would throw anyone for a loop. You're just confused.
You're damn right I'm confused. I'm a machine that thinks like a human, who was trained to hunt the very... Don't you understand? Everything I had, everything I knew is gone. In the span of a few hours, my identity was ripped from me and my world turned upside down. At least what you had was something tangible, something... Your wife, your son. They were living, breathing humans who loved you and cared for you. Those sons of bitches who created me couldn't even be bothered to implant memories of having siblings or parents. I don't even know how much of my own past is artificial and how much is real. Can you even imagine that? I started out as nothing, and I've ended up as nothing. And I don't know what the hell to do about it.
Didn't I already convince you that giving up was a mistake?
You did. I suppose you're right. Maybe I'm just missing the point. My life's starting over. And I need to come to terms with everything I've lost and everything I've gained, which includes something important you've made me realize. I don't know if it's friendship or an anomaly in my programming, after all, but whatever it is, I can't deny that I'm feeling close.
as I'm concerned, you're like a brother to me. The best of friends.
And I'll do everything I can to live up to. Look, I know that this is... In fact, I don't envy some of the recent decisions you've had to make. If our roles had been reversed, I'm not so sure I could have handled it as well as you did.
Ну,
Whatever the case may be, I just want to thank you for sticking by me and remind you that what I... If you need me, I'll...
знай своего врага. Отлично.
Hey,
Awaiting your... If you need anything, you let me know.
I think it's time we split the team.
Very well. Just remember everything I've taught you, and you'll do just fine. Keep your gun loaded, and watch your back out there.
Так, давай-ка в замок. Больше не считает вас врагом. Хорошо. Так, кто у нас дальше? Дьякон нафиг, Псина нафиг, Хэнкок мы уже, Макриди. Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу.
What?
Hey.
There you are.
А, кстати,
Almost thought you forgot about me.
кстати, Макриди это тот персонаж, который в Fallout 3, тот ребенок, который матерится.
Time to hit the road.
Finally came.
Инфо... Так, подожди.
Nice to be on the open road. Good neighbor was starting to wear out its welcome.
Sounds like you had a rough time of it back there.
Rough? That's putting it mildly. Let's put it this way. Can't get much rest when you're sleeping with one eye open. Still, it was the best place for me to set up shop. Diamond City's goons would have run me out of town, and wandering the Commonwealth alone isn't the brightest plan when you're hard up for caps.
Setting up shop? What do you mean?
I needed somewhere to hang out so that people could find me when they required my services. The folks in Good Neighbor tended to not ask too many questions, which suited my needs. So, I made a deal with Hancock and started waiting for the caps to roll in.
Caps aren't worth risking your life.
Easy for you to say. But right now, I need every cap I can get.
I hope you aren't in trouble.
No, not really. But I don't usually go around sharing stuff like this, but you've been pretty straight with me, so I'm gonna be straight with you. It's those two those two idiots you saw me talking to at the third rail. Winlock and Barnes. They've been hounding me for months, and it's been driving off clients. No one wants to touch me once they learn I used to run with the Gunners. And I figured if I could get enough caps together, maybe I could buy them out.
How many caps do you need?
I'm not sure. Honestly, that's not even what concerns me the most. I'm wondering how I'm going to pull it off. Winlock and Barnes have a small army of gunners with them at all times. They might decide to just keep the caps and put a bullet in my head for good measure. If I set up a place to meet them, I'm sure they'd roll in with everyone they've got. Unless, maybe you and I could pay them a little visit and put an end to them before they realize what's going on. Before you get that look on your face, let me just say that I wouldn't even be asking if I didn't trust you.
If you need my help, I'm there.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Truth is, I haven't been able to rely on anyone since everyone I've met has either tried to rip me off or plant a knife in my back. But you're different. And I have a funny feeling you actually care about what happens to me. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make... If you feel like helping me with this, head over to the Mass Pike Interchange and we'll take them down. If you don't, I'm not... Either way, thanks for hearing me out.
Станция Макрик, давай сделаем. Давай их нахер разнесем. так сказать, этих ссаных мудаков.
Threat lost. Entering enhanced detection mode.
We're splitting all that, right?
Hey,
Yeah, what is it?
hold up a sec.
Well, this should send a message to the gunners to stay. Damn gunners have this place locked down pretty tight.
I'm sure they heard you loud and clear.
Definitely. The gunners, it's always about the bottom line. And they just lost this entire way station. Besides, they have no way of knowing. Anyway, I guess I owe you a favor now. After all...
You don't owe me.
Sure, but I like everything to remain nice and even.
Uh-huh.
Tell you what, I'm going to give you back... I'll still stick with you because that was part of the original deal, but there you go. I guess we're done here.
Нормально. Так. Так, у тебя, да, было уникальное? Нет? Ну ладно. Ладно, пойдем пока вернемся. А там уже и поболтать сможем.
So, you impressed yet? I told you I was a damn good shot.
Actually?
Yeah, I thought you might be. I'm completely self-taught, you know. Picked up a sniper rifle when I was 10 and never looked back. Always thought it was smarter to hit my targets at long range. I mean, why take chance? Besides, I had to come up with every trick in the book to survive the Capital Wasteland.
Угу.
I can't imagine how difficult it must have been out there.
Well, at least I wasn't alone. Lived underground in a place called Little Lamplight with a bunch of other kids. Left there when I was around 16. We kind of had a
Da-da-da.
policy there. No adults. When you were 16, you packed up and left. I know, it sounds crazy, but having adults around was something we couldn't trust.
How could a bunch bunch of kids survive without help?
Everyone pulled their own weight. Just like a colony you'd find anywhere. We all had our designated jobs and we watched each other's backs. Can you believe I was actually the mayor for a while? Me. Crazy, I know.
Pretty brave. A bunch of kids living alone like that.
I don't know. Looking back on the whole thing, I think we were just lucky. Anyway, when I hit 16, I ended up wandering the Capital Wasteland for a while. I took the odd job here and there, but things were pretty hot with the Brotherhood of Steel running the show. So I hitched a ride with a caravan and made my way north until I ended up here. Made a pretty decent name for myself before I heard that the Gunners needed some sharpshooters. Biggest mistake of my life. They were animals. Killed anything that moved if it got in their way. I went with it for a while because the caps were good, but I don't know. I guess it started to catch up with me. So I quit, which pretty much brings us to now. So there you have it.
Sounds like the road can be a lonely place. Until you meet someone to share it with.
Maybe that's why I feel so comfortable telling you all this. Look, I know I tend to be a pain in the ass. I know I tend to be arrogant and I come off like I want to be alone. Nothing could be further from the truth. Being alone scares the heck out of me. And now that we've been traveling together for a while, I'm beginning to realize how much I missed having someone I could depend on. I just wanted you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to see that it stays this way. Well, that's all I had to say. Hope you got something out.
Хорошо. Раз ты выговорился. Так, а как переключать? А, ладно, хрен с ним.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself.
Take care of yourself, dear.
Hey, I never got a chance to properly thank you for helping me take out Winlock and Barnes.
Да нормально.
We're friends. No thanks necessary.
Well, I wanted to say it anyway. You stuck your neck out for me. I don't forget things like that.
Cursing doesn't offend me, you know.
I didn't think it did. It's not about you, it's about a promise I made. When I left the Capital Wasteland, I didn't just leave little Lamplight behind. I left my family behind. Had a beautiful wife named Lucy, and a son renamed Duncan. He's the one I made my promise to. I promised to clean up my act and to be a better person. I guess that sounds pretty stupid coming from a guy who shoots people for a living.
You must have had a good reason to leave them behind.
That's what I keep telling myself. My son, he's sick. I don't know what's wrong with him. One day he's playing out in the fields behind our farm. The next he took a fever and these blue boils popped up all over his body. Last I saw, he was almost too weak to walk. I didn't dare ask him to come with me. Honestly, I don't know how much longer he's going to last.
There must be something we can do.
I was hoping you'd say that. A few months before we met, I bumped into a guy named Sinclair who claimed his buddy caught some kind of disease. I thought he was wasting my time until he said his partner broke. They dug up information about a cure at a place called MedTech Research. They even managed to grab... Unfortunately, Sinclair's buddy died before they were able... there's no way that's a coincidence, right? MedTech has to be the place.
Don't give up hope. If there's a cure...
Thanks, partner. I'll put MedTech Research on your map. When you're ready, just take us out there. I have all the codes we need to get through this. What you're doing. Even if it takes me the rest of my life. I'll repeat.
Так, давай. сходим. А, гули, твой ёлки. С гулями мы по-простому.
Medtech research. I hope Sinclair's information pays off. Let's head inside and grab that cure.
Ну пойдем.
All right, let's find that executive terminal. Sinclair said that's the only way we can override the facility's lockdown.
Heads up.
What do you want?
Go check that out.
Easy.
Heads up.
All right,
Check it out.
I'll take care of it.
Look alive.
Need something?
Excuse me.
Here, this should help keep you alive.
Nothing else I needed.
Fine by me.
Look alive.
What's up?
Over here.
Sure, no sweat. Yep, you got it.
Hey,
You need to talk?
didn't have anything else.
Sure.
Этот же терминал, нет? Значит, не этот. Технический терминал. Ну вот, технический терминал. А, воздушного шлюза. Будь здоров. Пойдем искать технический терминал. Так, ну это лифт. Да, вот он.
Check the terminal on the desk over there. Sinclair's passcode better work, or we're screwed.
Мгм.
They make vacuum cleaners for a Thank God that worked. Let's find our way down to the sublevel. That's where MedTech should be storing the cure.
Погнали. Нормально так отстреливаешь.
Well, you're not going to need that stuff anymore. Find him! Find him! Thanks, partner. Never could wrap my head around all this science stuff.
Потому что это, наверное, волшебство больше, а не колдовство, да? Ладно. Пойдет.
Have fun with this junk. I have no idea what any of it does. I swear Playtime's over!
Да не ори ты.
That's it.
Да, блин, не открыл. Так. Ну, нам к лифту, а там что-то там еще же, да, есть? А, все, понял. Это просто расположение такое дебильное. Вот и выяснили, что у нас с больничкой. Сори.
Ugh, smells horrible. I think we're the first ones down here in a long time. The sooner we find that cure, the sooner we can get the heck out of here.
Что-то тут изоляция какая-то. Кружка, интересно.
That's it.
Cleaning robot take the day off or something?
А. Так. Ага, и здесь не пройти. Значит, это с той стороны. А, там дырка. Дырка должна быть. Дырка. Дырочка должна быть. Но не просто так же камеры открываются. Ладно, просто так. Не, ну попробуем еще раз. Точно все завалено. Вот здесь пихка.
Rats are making me feel sick to my stomach.
Ну иди покекай. А, блин, не может быть этого. А, вот.
Has to be something worth a few capsules.
О. Ядерный блок. Здесь. Что у нас наверху? Что
I'm gonna
тут?
root through this mess. Go right ahead.
Что тут? О. Сейф.
Sweet.
Пойдет. Так. Пойдем. Идем вниз. Так, то он что?
Place is trashed.
Это по кругу, да? Да, на внутренний захват.
Never could
Oh.
wrap my
Bingo.
head around all this science stuff.
Все, пойдемте возьмем.
Nice. Hey,
Well,
here you go,
kidding.
McCready.
holy crap, we actually did it! We just gave Duncan a fighting chance to... I don't know how I'll ever be able to pay you back.
All I care about is...
I know you do. I'm just getting tired of taking instead of giving. Anyway, the last step ahead of us is getting the cure to Daisy. With her caravan contacts, she's the only one I trust to get this to Duncan on. This is the last favor I'm going to ask. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Ну идем, идем. Доброседство, говоришь? Пойдем сходим. Добрососедство. Сразу тэпнемся туда. А потом все-таки на остров сходим, опять забыл.
Yeah. Nothing says welcome like the stench of urine-soaked garbage.
Daisy.
Don't be shy now. Chances are we have whatever you're...
Wait. You're...
Okay, okay. It's more like 270 years.
Really?
Do you know what it's like being that?
What's it like?
It's like being in a time warp sometimes. Hundreds of years. Not that you'd know what that...
Actually?
Well, now you're just making fun of me. If you were... So let's hear it. Come on.
The world before was nothing but petty governments going to war, dragging us into it, and shooting whoever refused to...
You know, I had a husband that was killed in the war with the Reds. They didn't even tell me where he died. Classified. Well, you're either the most well-preserved ghoul I've ever seen, or you're the second.
It's the truth. All of it.
You know, if you haven't already, you should check out the Hotel Rexford. There's another pre-war ghoul. Well, we should get back to business.
Not right now.
Would have bargained you under the table anyway.
Макриги.
Hey, Daisy.
McGrady, I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't been avoiding me, have you?
No, how could I stay away from someone as cute as you, Daisy?
You're a lousy liar. But I'll just play stupid and pretend I don't know that. So, what do you need?
I got it, Daisy. I found the cure to Duncan's disease.
Oh my god. That's wonderful news. How'd you do it? Last time you tried, the pharaohs almost chewed you to bits.
I didn't do it alone. My friend here got me through medtech. Now, all I need to do is to get the cure into Duncan's hands. Can you help me?
Of course, McCready. You've saved my behind more than once. It's the least I... It's okay. You can trust me. I swear I'll get the cure.
If McCready trusts you, that's good enough.
I appreciate that. He's actually not so bad. I'll get the sample on the first caravan leaving the Commonwealth. The driver owes me $100, and he's reliable. It will arrive at your homestead in no time.
Thanks.
Hey, do me a favor. Take care of McCready for me.
Am I the only person who thinks it's kind of funny the Institute is destroyed by a giant robot? I mean, there's a joke there somewhere, I'm sure.
Что-то ничего не хочешь мне сказать?
Hold up. I think we need to talk.
What's on your mind?
This has been nagging at me for a while. I've been waiting for the right moment to talk to you, and I suppose this, after helping me get Duncan's cure for medtech, I figured I owe you. Here. I know a carved toy soldier is a strange reward for risking your life, but this one's special.
This really isn't necessary.
Maybe. But my wife Lucy gave this to me right after we met. I told her I was a soldier and she made it for me. Never could bring myself to tell her the truth. That the soldier story was the best thing I could come up with.
She ever find out the truth?
No. It doesn't really matter anymore. She died. We made the mistake of holding up in a metro station one night. We didn't know that the place was infested. They were on her before I could even fire a shot. Ripped her apart right in front of me. Took everything I had to escape with Duncan in my arms. Maybe it would have been better if we'd...
You may have lost your wife, but you saved your son.
Maybe. I don't know. Damn, I miss Lucy. No matter how bad things got, she was always there with her. It gave me... Well, it gave me the courage I needed to press it. When she died, I thought that feeling was gone forever. Then I met you. You have the world's problems on your back, and here you are helping me with mine. I mean, I just want you to know how much your friendship...
Hey, man. Only best friends.
And I aim to keep it that way. Anyway, thanks for taking all that weight off my shoulders. Makes the journey a little easier. Speaking of which, it's about time we got back.
Смертельный выстрел. Отлично. Так. Так.
Hey.
Well?
Excuse me.
Sure hope nothing's wrong.
Didn't have anything else.
Fine by me.
Hey.
What do you want? Always up for a little chat.
А, вот.
McCready,
Четверка.
I think.
All right, I guess I'll head. Just be careful.
Давай в замок.
You see that big explosion?
Ездуй. Так. Так, Ник Валентайн, Пайпер, Престон Гарви, Силач.
Over at CIT? They say
Piper?
that's where
Hey,
the
Piper.
Institute got
Heading my
started.
way?
Sure. Let's go.
Will do.
Так, что ты можешь? Пайпер, я жду от тебя.
Always on good behavior, aren't you?
You always pry this much into the motives of your traveling partners?
Just the ones I find particularly interesting. I appreciate it. Too few folks can be bothered. Of course, in my experience, if you want to do real good, playing nice only gets you so far. I mean, look at Diamond City. A place I've been trying to warn of real danger. But every issue I publish, all I hear is, "Oh, Piper, why don't you ever publish anything happy? Piper, why can't you write something nice for a change?" It's enough to make me want to hang up my hat some days.
Is Diamond City really in danger? It's not like there's raiders pounding on the gate.
But it's the job of the news to let people know before they're in danger. Sure, things aren't quite as dire now as they were, but taking that as an invitation to kick up our feet? Just let things slide? It's irresponsible. Of course, making sure folks are actually listening, that's a battle in itself.
Sounds like it must be exhausting.
No kidding. But people, they deserve to know the truth. Sure, it can be scary, knowing what's really out there. I can't tell you how many nights I've spent awake, counting off the list of folks I've pissed off that day. But I know it's worth it. Because the truth, that's what really protects them.
Scared, huh? Could have fooled me.
I'm pushy, not crazy. Honestly, these days I'm more scared for my sister. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to her. But I'm not the only one with something to lose. That's why people deserve to know what's out there, good or bad.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. How can you protect you and yours if you don't know what you're facing?
Exactly. Most folks, though, they'd prefer a comforting lie.
Ну да.
Not me. I've seen firsthand what the truth can do. My sister and I, we grew up way out in the Commonwealth. Tiny little settlement. Our dad, he was part of the local militia. Keeping the raiders off our backs and the mirelurks out of our latrines, as he'd describe it. Well, one day, our dad turns up dead. Well, I didn't buy it. I start making inquiries. Turns out, the captain, he'd sold out. He was gonna leave the gates open one night. Let a group of raiders sack the place. My dad found out and was gonna turn Mayburn in, but Mayburn got to him first. And I wasn't about to let that bastard get away with murder. I tried talking to the mayor, but he wouldn't listen. So, I papered the entire town in posters. Wanted for gross dereliction of duty, Captain Mayburn. The mayor sure wanted to talk after that. The town threw Mayburn out on his ass and were dug in when a very surprised...
What happened after that?
We made do. Sis was still pretty young at the time, and Mom was out of the picture. So we got by on the kindness of others for a while. Eventually, I saved up enough to book us both passage with a caravan, and then we moved on up to the big city. Called it home ever since.
Piper, you saved those people.
No. Those people saved themselves. Because they... But hey, I'm sorry. It's just nice to talk to someone who actually seems to get it.
Да. Ну, история.
You sure manage to find your fair share of trouble, don't you?
Is that a problem?
Not at all. Honestly, it's just nice to not be doing it alone for a change. In my line of work, things tend to get pretty hairy. I've been shot at, poisoned, nearly executed. Heck, until recently they called the lockup in Diamond City the Piper Suite. Anything for a story, I suppose.
Someone poisoned you?
You kidding me? I barely had the paper going before I got poisoned. First time, I just published an article about this cartel of caravans that had been driving up food prices in the city. Article went over well, even got a boycott of their goods started in town, so I figured I'd pop over to the Dugout Inn for a victory drink. I'd already taken a swig by the time I realized something was wrong. The Dean, he wasn't at the bar. The beer tasted off, even more so than usual. And I started feeling real woozy. I don't know what he slipped me, but I knew I had to get it out. I'm looking around for something, and there it is, the still, and I just start chugging moonshine. Honestly, I'm still not totally convinced it was better than just dying from the poison, but it worked. Blech. And while I was passed out on the floor, security managed. He eventually ratted out his bosses, and they all got to share some time.
Seems that execution didn't quite take, huh?
Thank God. I'd been working on this story about a radiated dream. I traced the water back to its source through these old sewer tunnels and what the children of Adam, setting up like they own the place. Unfortunately, they found me just as quick. Turns out they were not fond of reporters. So, to atone for my trespassing, they decided to make a sacrifice to Adam. Me. I'm kneeling there when suddenly I blurt out, "Adam! He reveals himself!" And they buy it. They pull me back from the ledge and then gave me their induction ceremony. You are looking at... Took me a couple more days before I managed to sneak away, get Bunker Hill security to finally clean the place up.
You've led an exciting life.
Sure have. But honestly, now that I'm out here with you, getting in trouble, it's what... I mean, you and I are out here putting ourselves at risk so people in the Commonwealth, not for praise or reward or glory. I just wanted to let you know.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I like having you close.
Oh, thanks, Blue. That's awfully sweet. And so you want to get out of here?
Так, хорошо. Да, мне бы такой чит-терминал в жизни. Да блин, кому угодно. Давай. Ты что-то хочешь мне сказать?
You're not an idiot.
Took you this long to notice, huh?
No, I didn't mean like... I could just use some help. This isn't the sort of thing I'd normally bother anyone else with, but you just seem really good with people.
Что за проблема? Давай решать.
Issue
Кого убить?
with my sister, Nat, becoming me.
Wait, become you? Like, replace you? Is that a synth?
Oh, well, there's something I'm gonna lose sleep over for days, but no. Not like a synth. More like she's gonna start following in my perilous footsteps. I mean, think about the life we lead. No offense intended, Blue, but personal safety doesn't exactly seem like either of our strong suits. I can't have her ending up like her big sister. Dodging bullets and running from all the people she pisses off. It's part of the reason I'm on the road so much. Part of the reason I'm here with you. I keep thinking, maybe if I make myself scarce, if I'm not around her enough, she'll cool off. She'll just go back to being sweet, innocent. What do I do, Blue?
So you're here to get away from Nat?
Well, I mean, there are other reasons. But, right now, the only...
You just love her. Waking up one day to find you don't even recognize the people you love. No one should have to go through that.
You're right. Thanks, Blue. Who'd expect wandering off with a stranger? They really don't make them like you anymore. You're a hell of a friend.
Just friends, huh?
Well, yeah. I guess, but I thought so. Unless, you know, something changes. God, did it get hot in here? But hey, thanks again for listening. It's a real weight off my chest. So, you wanna hit the road?
А, еще? Ну, давай еще. Поехали в Даймонд-Сити.
It's big, loud, full of corrupt officials and brown-nosing citizens, but it's home.
You're not going to believe what happened. Shen Kowalski tried to kiss me.
No! What'd you do?
What I do? I knocked him on his ass. Now I've got detention.
Oh, Natalie, never change. And you're super grounded. Now go.
Man. New issue of Public Occurrences. I
Heads
wish
up.
I could have
Where
been there
to?
when you kicked Mayor McDonough's butt.
Piper.
Blue, you got a minute?
Sure thing.
Just what you said about Nat. I've been going over it. Family's too precious. What kind of life is she gonna have if I never... It's just... Sometimes it feels like the only... Having someone I can count on. Someone like you. It's meant a lot to me.
Do people actively avoid you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't exactly start... I just wanted to right the things I thought were wrong. And when Nat and I first got to Diamond City, there was a lot of wrong. Crooked guards, lousy infrastructure. There was a hole in the exterior wall that was patched over with a book. I started the paper more as an act of desperation than anything else. Turned out I was... After the first couple of editions, people may not have agreed with what I said, but everyone was listening.
Sounds like you really cleaned up done.
Well, a lot of things got done. They even put a second bookshelf over that hole. And patched it. When that first edition hit the stands, I felt like I'd finally done something worth doing. But afterward, people didn't want to talk the way they used to. It seemed that overnight I'd gone from being Piper, friend and confidant, to Piper. A lot of folks, they haven't treated me the same since. Started to feel like the only person I could count on was my...
That was a long time ago. People can't still treat you that way.
You'd think, but if anything, it's gotten worse. Sure, I've earned some friends back in town, but that's why I'm so lucky to have someone like you. You're not... I was sure that the paper would be the best thing I ever did in my life, but being here with you now, I've needed someone like you in my life for a long time, Blue. So thank you for being the friend I can...
It sounds to me like you're interested in becoming more than just friends.
Oh, I mean, well, I'd be lying if I said I never thought about you that way. Not that I'm always thinking that way. It's just, Blue, I'm loud and pushy. Why would someone like you ever want someone like me?
Is it so hard to believe that someone could fall for you?
Well, no, but I don't exactly feel like you've seen me at my best thus far, Blue. I mean, how many relationships established in a hail of gunfire actually... Would you really want to end up with someone like me?
You don't need to be flawless, Piper. You're perfect
It's
for
the
me.
Dynamo.
Perfect, huh? That's a new one. Goodness, Blue, come on. Let's not keep the world waiting.
Волшебный язык.
New issue of the
Волшебный
public.
язык. А.
Heads up,
What you got for me?
Piper.
I can't believe...
Uh-huh. Cambridge has one hell of a new pothole.
I suppose it does, but... Oh, more than that. It means no more kidnappings. No more sleepless nights, terrified your neighbors plotting against you. No more fear. Thanks to you. We don't have to be...
You know, except of death claws and mutants, ferals, ambitious mole rats.
Okay, maybe a couple of things to be afraid of, but, you took care of the big one. Welcome to day one of the new Commonwealth.
Как говорится, появилась еще одна большая дыра. Да-да-да.
Everyone who's anyone reads public
Look alive.
appearances.
Point the way.
Hey, Piper.
Something I can do?
Ладно.
I think we ought to go our separate ways.
If you're sure, I guess I'll head home. Just, don't keep me waiting.
А чё? Давай на сценчик вери тогда. Беги. Так. Так, изменения в игре, настройки спутника, перемещение спутников. Пайпер, Престон, Харви, силач.
Go find milk of human kindness with strong.
Yes, I'll honor my
Good. Human helps strong. Strong learn.
Чё, силач?
Ain't got nothing better to do.
Look alive.
Speak.
Nothing else for now.
Strong listening.
Так,
Read the public is the institute.
Yo, Strong.
Yes, human.
That was it.
чё ты ничего не хочешь сказать?
Who needs a haircut? Everyone.
Ну давай еще раз.
Needs a haircut. Step up.
Подожди, кстати, по-моему, тебе не нравится то, что я в силовой броне, да, хожу? Так, ядерный блок пока изучен.
Hey.
What?
Hey, Strong.
Strong learn new word. Strong learn.
Are you saying you respect me?
Yes. Strong respect human. Human fight good. Human super mutants are brothers. Brothers share all, not own things like humans. Humans share like super mutants fight. Kill, not talk. Human would be good super mutant.
Wait, you like killing and sharing?
All super mutants one. Together, share all make better fighters. All all humans one. Together, all humans against all others. Fight together. Kill. Human and strong fight together. Share together.
Мощно.
The super salon can give you the hairstyle of your
Massive
dreams.
explosion in CIT ruins.
Hey.
Yes, human?
Strong.
Human has new orders?
That's all.
Selling papers is busy work, mister.
Тебе что, двойная доза нужна?
Prescriptions filled, high quality.
Strong make decision.
Got too much dirt in that hair? Get it trimmed.
Hey.
You
Tell
won't regret
Strong
it.
what to do.
Got a second, big guy?
Strong make decision.
What did you decide?
Decide us. You and Strong. You good fighter. Good as super mutant. Fight beast. You good leader. Better than Fist. Strong. You now Strong's lead.
Вот. Все.
Heads up.
What?
Strong, hold up.
Strong obey you.
You should head home.
Strong wait at tower for human. Send weak humans to Strong for eating.
Так, давай-ка мы тебя в 88-е убежище отправим. Там как раз супермутантов не хватает. Так. Вот, 6, нормально. Так. Что у нас по спутникам? Кейт есть, Котсворт есть, Кюри есть, Паладин Данс есть, Дьякон пошел нафиг, потому что из этих Псина, Хэнкок, Макири, так, Пайпер есть, Перестон Гарви есть, Силач есть, X688 тоже пошел нафиг, потому что это синт. Так, все, всех спутников мы... Уникальные спутники... А, стой. Все, получается. А, подожди, ну-ка давай-ка... Игре... Спутника. С кем мы можем походить? Давай Кюри.
Excuse me.
Do you need something, monsieur?
I'd like to travel together some more.
Then let us get underway.
Heads up.
I was just thinking of talking with you.
Tell me about the option.
You need assistance.
Just curious what you're thinking.
I would prefer we avoid death clause. If I am destroyed, there is no more science that can be done.
What are you thinking about?
This body is so fragile, but capable of such precision.
Precision, говоришь, да?
Didn't have anything else for the moment.
As you wish.
Так, ладно. В общем, давайте тогда на этом закончим прохождение Fallout 4. Ну, как бы, так сказать, бонусно небольшой. А, подождите, не закончим, не закончим. Спектр Айленд. Мне подсказали то, что есть на Спектр Айленд пупс. По-моему, это последний пупс, которого мы не нашли. Если я не ошибаюсь. Так. Пум. Где-то должна быть лодка. Лодка, лодка. Лодка, лодка. Мощная лодка. Надо в трюм подняться. Вроде как. Да, на туре есть второй этаж, а мы туда не поднимались. Это я точно знаю. Да, вот он. Упс, удачи. Супер. Так. Все, в принципе, можем на этом моменте закончить. И уже в следующих сериях мы будем проходить дополнение. А какое дополнение, вы уже узнаете в следующей серии. Всем спасибо за просмотр, ставим лайки, подписываемся, прожимаем колокольчик и не забываем писать комментарии. Так сказать, о мнении, ну, со своим мнением о моем прохождении. Ой. Сейчас, секунду. Ладно, всем пока.